आसिनो भव।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Amriteshwariye Namaha. I bow down and offer my humble pranams and salutations at the love-bounded lotus feet of our beloved Amma. Love is our true essence, and real happiness lies within us. With these beautiful words of Amma, I welcome you all to the 4th day of the Teachers Orientation Camp 2025. Amma says, the purpose of human life is to realize our oneness within the divine. Let's invoke the blessings of the divine by chanting Amma's Dhyana Sloka. I request everyone to stand for the prayer.
ध्यायामोधवलावगुण्ठनवतीं तेजोमयीं नैष्टिकीं स्निग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गी मधुसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरीम् ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्.
Thank you, ma'am. I request everyone to be seated. Our respected education officer, Shri Muralidharanji, beautifully laid out the 5 core objectives for the Teachers Orientation Camp as deepening our connection with Amma, holistic education, exposure to better avenues of knowledge and skills, overall personality development, glimpses into the domain of higher existence, that is spirituality. Over the past sessions, we have gained a clear understanding of most of these objectives. Now, in the coming 2 days, we will be focusing on the first and most important one, connecting ourselves with Amma. Let these days be a time to understand her message more deeply and reflect on how we can bring those values into our teaching and daily lives. To begin with the session, may I cordially invite Professor Dr. Balakrishnan sir to grace the dais.
Utito bhava. Asino bhava.
May I now request Shri Murugavadivel sir, Competitive Examinations Coordinator, Amritavadyayam, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, to welcome and introduce the speaker of the session.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Amritapuri Namaha. It is our immense pleasure and privilege to welcome and introduce Dr. Balakrishnan ji, the esteemed Dean of the School of Engineering at Amrita Viswavidyapidam's Amritapuri campus. Dr. Balakrishnan ji is deeply rooted in the values of and the spirit of Mada Amritanandamayi Mat and our beloved Amma. With over 2 decades of leadership experience at Amrita Viswavidyapidam, Dr. Balakrishnan ji has served in various capacities, including Director of Center of Flexible Electronics and Advanced Materials. He earned his PhD in Material Science from the University of Texas at Austin and brings extensive industry experience from applied materials in the Bay Area, California, prior to joining Amrita at 2006. Dr. Balakrishna's research expertise spans advanced materials and including electronic materials, magnetic materials, 2D materials, and materials for electromagnetic shielding and hydrogen storage. His international collaboration with renowned institutions like Penn State IFW, Dresden, Germany have yielded over 66 publications in leading journals, including Nature. We are very fortunate to have such great personality of Dr. Balakrishnan with us, and his expertise and dedication will sure inspire us all. On behalf of the organizing committee, we extend a warm welcome to Dr. Balakrishnan. Welcome, sir. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Shri Hariharan sir, Principal, Amritapuri Tirunelveli, to honor Professor Dr. Balakrishnan sir. Thank you, sir. May I now request Professor Dr. Balakrishnan ji to take over the session.
The slides. Thank you, Purnima madam. First slide. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುನ್ನಡೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಉಂಟು. Namaste everybody. Thank you. My name is Balakrishnan. First of all, I thank Murali sir, Bhakti Prem Swami, and others for inviting me over here to talk to all of you. Thanks to Purnima madam for her kind introduction. And I find this camp very interesting. Every year I've been coming, I think for the past few years. And it's very important that I share with you certain aspects of the Amrita institutions of which you are a part of. So I have been asked to do 2-3 things at the same time. And let's see. My session will be interactive. I'll ask you questions. Okay? And I want to talk to you about what drives us. What is the Amrita institutions all about? What Amrita University is all about? What have we done that is so remarkable that nobody else has done so far? I repeat, what have we done that is so remarkable that nobody else has done so far? And finally, if possible, to give a glimpse into Amma's leadership and to her unique personality. The word personality I cannot use actually, because Amma is not a personality, because there is no ego there. I have a personality, none. But there is no naan. So I do not know how to explain Amma. But a little bit, I will try what little I can in my limited manner. Okay. I assume all of you are from Tamil Nadu, correct? Yes? Everybody? Yes, okay. You're not. You're from? You're from Kerala. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. So occasionally I'll go into Tamil or Malayalam. Okay, Malayalam for your sake and Tamil. I am a Tamil guy. I was born and brought up in Chennai. And then I did my BTech in mechanical engineering in ITBHU Varanasi, IIT Varanasi. Then I went abroad to the University of Texas at Austin, where I did my PhD in material science. And then I was working in applied materials, California. Now, why I'm telling you all this is, there is a reason. There's a reason I'm telling you all this. I was working in applied materials, California, and we make the equipment with which Motorola and Intel and all make the chips, computer chips, right? So in Silicon Valley, that's where I was working till 2006, pretty much. I was a process engineer. And then I came to India, to Amrita, and in 2006. And I've been fortunate and blessed to be here near Amma for the past 20 years. Now, why I'm saying this is, when I was doing my PhD in 1992, I think many of you were not born then. When I was doing my PhD in 1992, I was a young student, and I heard that there was a great saint called Amma away from where my town is, okay, Austin. So I went to see Amma. And that's how I met Amma. That's the story. And then from there, it went on and on. I always wanted to return to India, and Amrita provided a great forum for that. So, in 1996, I heard that Amma started a university. Then I went and asked Amma. That time, thank you. And that time, I'm coming to the point now. You will understand why I'm saying this. So 1996, I heard that Amma started a university in Coimbatore. And that time the salary was 10,000 rupees. Now it's nothing nowadays. But those days, in 96, and especially for ordinary background like me, 10,000 was a huge number. Remember those days? I never bought, when I was a child, the Bata shoes I bought was 50 rupees. So, I'm not that old, I'm just telling, India has changed a lot. நீங்கள் நினைச்சுக்க வேண்டாம் இது 100 வருஷம் முன்னாடி வந்தோம் இல்லை but you know, you understand. So 10,000. So I went and asked Amma, I heard you have a university. Amma came to Dallas. Amma, I heard you have a university. I want to join after my PhD. And she said, yes, she said. And then she said, Indiaல பிறந்தா இந்தியாக்கு தான் வேலை பண்ணணும். And that is the point I'm trying to say. இந்தியால பிறந்தா India, yes. இந்தியால பிறந்தா இந்தியாக்கு தான் வேலை பண்ணணும். She said. And then I gave her my resume, etc. But still, it took another 10 years because she didn't let me come back immediately. She wanted me to finish my education, do, you know, all that stuff. And Amma always makes sure that we are happy and well settled, then only she will do other things. So, that is the reason why Amrita University was started. India la paranda, India ka mera parna. It is for India and India's development and to solve the problems of society, to find cost-effective solutions for the common man's problems. That is why Amrita was created. That is why I'm telling you the story. Okay? Now, so Amrita University, now we have 9 campuses. Oh, you have a pointer? Oh, good. Fantastic. Thank you. Yes, you have 9 campuses. You have Amritapuri, from where the ashram is, where I am. Amaravati campus, relatively new in Andhra, Bangalore, Chennai. Coimbatore is the headquarters. This is the Coimbatore. How many of you have visited Amrita? You have. You have. Few of you. Oh, many of you. You visited Coimbatore campus? Okay. How many have visited Amritapuri? Oh, all of you have seen Amma. Okay. How many of you have not met Amma at all? Lots of people. Okay, good. That's very nice because then I can give you more stories. And and make you understand why you are in such a fantastic place. See, Bangalore, Chennai, Coimbatore, Faridabad, Cochin, Mysore, Nagarkoil is the latest campus. Just 2 months ago, no, not even 2 months ago, maybe 1 month ago, we already batch everything started, but the final approval letter from UGC came just around 1 month ago. So Nagarkoil, so 9 campuses. But you know, Amma never rests. So by the time 9 campuses came and we did all the presentation and the slides, everything ready, she started another campus. Yeah, there's another campus coming. I won't tell you where it is. This is not its secret. But not it's coming. So it's North India. Okay? There are discussions. We don't know. I know that another campus is coming either in near Bombay or in Haridwar. Another campus is coming. But the speed with which Amma moves is too fast. So I can't update my presentations at that speed. Okay? So that's the thing. Now, what drives Amrita is this. This is our vision. We have 3 main pillars at Amrita. Now, you must understand the same 3 pillars applies to you. This is for all Amrita. Amrita University, Amrita institutions, everything that has the name Amrita, that has the name Amma associated with it, has these 3 pillars. What are the 3 pillars? 1, education for life and education for living. You all know about that already. So we want to give an education to the students that is not only enabling them to make a living, but education for life, which is a completely different thing. That's the first pillar at Amrita, education for life and education for a living. The second one, which is unique to Amrita, maybe not so much, but definitely in the university side, yes, is compassion-driven research. And the third one is global impact. Now, what do I mean by compassion-driven research? Okay. Amma is known all over the world for her compassion. She is known all over the world as perhaps the greatest manifestation of compassion to have walked on earth. This is what people, including me, everybody considers. The way Amma gives darshan, you all know, she meets each and every person one by one by one. And she sits for 15, 16 hours a day. And she won't get up till the last person is met. And the smile she shows the last person is as genuine, spontaneous, and from the heart as a smile she shows the first person. There is no money involved, nothing. You go, take a token, stand in the line, go meet her. Now imagine, I'll come to this in a bit later. So Amma is known all over the world for her compassion. So she started so many activities across the world. She was born in a fishing village in Amritapuri, born in more or less poverty, in poor conditions. Even as a child, she used to say she has eaten and she used to give away her food to the poor. She gave away her gold bangles to the poor and got beaten. She used to go, those days there was a lot of caste prejudices. Even now in interior villages there are. So there was some set of people, untouchables and all that. She used to go there, old people, she used to bathe them, talk to them, she used to get beatings for that, etc., etc. A very unique being. So she is known all over the world for her compassion. I'll come back to that in a minute. And so that is what Amrita is trying to take and translate into what is known as compassion-driven research. All the research that we do, Amrita is a very research-intensive university. We do research. We try to find new products, new solutions, and all the things that we do, we are trying to solve. Exactly. Why Amrita was created was very simple. We want to solve the world's problems. You may say, what? You want to solve the world's problems? Yes. That's a very big deal. Yes, it is a very big deal, but we'll try. We want to find cost-effective solutions for the common man's problems. I repeat, cost-effective solutions for the common man's problems. So all the research that we do, whether it is, solar, renewable energy, or cancer research, or pediatric oncology, or whether we do in health care, whether we wearable sensors for health materials, or new materials for, anything, for solar cells, solar energy, renewable energy, advanced materials, advanced alloys, new algorithms to connect farmers to markets in any field you take, nanomedicine, nanotechnology, materials for food packaging, materials, bulletproof material for soldiers. I'll show you that slide, very interesting slide. And all that we do, we are trying to find some water purification, water sanitation, okay, water purification, water, hydrogen storage, batteries, electric vehicles, all the research that we do is towards some society's problem and to find cost-effective, cheap solutions for society's problems. That is what is so unique about Amrita. That's called compassion-driven research. We try to find what the problem is. We try to go out in the field, recognize, and try to solve it. So this is why, and global impact. Now, if you solve a problem in one part of the world, you can solve it in any part of the world. So global impact. Okay. So the global impact. So these are the three pillars behind Amrita University and behind all of you. Education for life and living, compassion-driven research, and global impact. They have robotics, you have, right? Akal tinkering lab, all sorts of things you are teaching your students. You should also learn new skills. You should also make your students think out of the curriculum. Make them learn new skills. So for this, main thing is we should keep learning. The best way to become a great teacher is to be a constant student. So you can also keep learning. Now AA, ML has come everywhere. You augment your skills. You'll have to do that. And so it all comes into this. So the more and more, so what happens is, there are kids in 10th and 11th in Amrita Vidyalayam who have got national awards for solar vehicle, solar cars, new materials, etc. So they also talk into compassion-driven research. They also come into that. So all of us come into these three things. It is important for all of us as members of the Amrita institution to know this. So this is compassion-driven research. This is the last slide. I don't know how it came in the first. Okay. This is okay. No problem. I'll skip this. I will skip. Now this is it. I'll come back to that. So we have 9 campuses. 10th one is coming, 300 plus programs, 19 schools, 30K plus students, over 1,000 PhD holding faculty, etc. These are the campuses that I showed you. Amaravati, Faridabad, Chennai, Cochin, etc. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. Before that, yeah, so we got this, we got the NAC, we were the youngest to be accredited A++ by NAC. We in NIRF, National Institution Ranking Framework, we come 7th in the university, in India. Every time we come in top 10, 4, 5, 7, like that, every time. And we got, because of the work that we do for society, we got the UNESCO chair in experiential learning. We got the UNESCO chair in gender equality and women empowerment. In the Times Higher Impact Rankings in New York, this is the Times Higher Education, Times Higher Education Impact Rankings. We are first in India, top 100 in the world, 3rd in quality education, 7th in good health, etc., etc. The first in India. Yeah, you should applaud now. But wait, more applause is coming later. Okay, I will tell you. Yeah. So these are the things. Now there's a point here. See, we say we are 7th in India. The first institute in research, for example, is IISc. Okay, where is IISc? Bangalore, exactly. Now, some IITs are ahead of us. Yes, not for long, but they are ahead of us. Yes, some IITs are there. There is one very important point this slide is missing. All these awards, there is one important point is not here. You know what that point is? It is the time that it has taken. IISc is number 1, okay. But how old is IISc? More than 100 years old. IITs, some IITs are ahead of us. Okay. How old is IITs? 50, 60, 70 years old. How old is Amrita? 20 years old. Now you should clap. Why? How come? So every person, without a fail, whether it is in Stanford or Harvard or UCLA, UC Davis, or whether it is in Europe or India, in industry or academia, they ask me only one question. How come Amrita is growing so fast? I just told you. Before I turn, another campus is starting. Some new projects will start. How come Amrita is growing so fast? Amrita is growing fast because of our mission. Why is it important to have a mission? This is very important for all of you in your life. Swami Vivekananda used to say, if a man with an ideal makes 1,000 mistakes, a man without an ideal will make 10,000 mistakes. Basically what it means is, if I know where I am going, even if I stumble and fall, I can pick myself up and continue to walk in the same direction. But if I don't know where I am going, I will meander around hopelessly and not go anywhere. Amrita knows where it's going. We have a mission. We have a specific mission. And that is why all the scientists, all the research faculty, all the students, everybody come together with a monochromatic laser. Okay, full focus. And that is our mission. So, this mission is what makes Amrita grow so fast. That is the most important point. So now let me come to this. So this is what Amma says. If we transform compassion from a mere word into a path of action, we'll be able to solve 90% of the world's problems. So now you have, so we are ranked 7th, top in the country in so many things. First, in Times Higher Education, top 300 in health, top 400 in engineering, etc., etc. These are our universities. This is Amritapuri campus, this is the Bangalore campus, this is the Chennai campus, Coimbatore campus, this is the Cochin campus. Okay, let me ask you a question. You say compassion-driven research. Okay, this is my example. What is this? This is the Cochin campus. What? Can you hear me? Okay. This is the Faridabad campus. What is so special about the Faridabad campus? Modi inaugurated it in 2022, but that is not the special thing. What is so special about Faridabad campus? Tell me, any idea? It recently started, yes. Then, what else? Huh? What infrastructure? You're coming close. What infrastructure? Asia's biggest hospital. Yes. Madam. Prasanna madam is right. Asia's biggest hospital. So it is definitely India's biggest hospital. It is definitely India's biggest hospital, maybe Asia's biggest. Some say that China has bigger, I don't know, nobody knows what is happening in China. Some say China may have bigger hospitals. Probably they require it because every 2 years they produce a new virus. So I am sure they will need a bigger hospital. But I'm sorry, but this is a specialty of Faridabad Hospital, and you have it is India's biggest and Asia's biggest hospital. That's okay. But here, let me get back to the Cochin campus. What is this? This is our first medical campus. This is the famous Amrita Institute of Medical Science. This is the Amrita Hospital. This is the famous Amrita Hospital in Cochin. This is the design. Amma first said it should be like the petals of a lotus around the center. And that is now, now so many other buildings have come. The lotus is completely hidden. So, but this is AIMS Hospital. Okay. What is the specialty of AIMS Hospital? What is the specialty here? And now I am coming to the point. Now you will understand. I'll tell you one thing, and then you will understand why Amrita is such a great place. What is the specialty here? Free well. For cancer research, everything is there. Free, she says free. You said free. Not free for everybody. So you and I go, we'll have to pay something. But if you are absolutely poor, yes. So question, good question, good answer. What's your name, madam? Aparna, okay. Aparna, ma'am, thank you. Applaud to Amrita. But Aparna, ma'am, that's not my question. I have a question for you. In that case, I have a question for you. How many people do you think? It started in 1998. Okay? So, question for you. How many people do you think have received free treatment at Amma's hospital in Cochin? How many people do you think have received free treatment? And I'm giving you some numbers. 10,000. How many feel around 10,000? More than 10,000. 20,000? Near to lakhs. Okay, how many lakhs? 1 lakh, 2 lakhs? Few lakhs. 5 lakhs, do you think? 5 lakhs. Maybe 5 lakhs. Okay, what's your name, madam? Huh? Sudha, madam says 5 lakhs. You also said maybe 5 lakhs. Maybe 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs is possible? 5 lakhs is good number? 5 lakh people is a good number, no? 5 lakh people rated for is good number, no? Okay. Now, I have a question for you. Only ladies are answering. Why men are not answering? Here at least you can talk. In the home you can't talk. Here at least. How many? 5 lakhs is a good number? 10 lakhs. What is your name, sir? Ram Kumar. Auction nadakkuradha. Inga 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Okay. Ram Kumar ji says 10 lakhs. Sir, you are from Kerala. Okay? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പണിയെടുക്കാൻ പോകുന്നു. എത്ര നമ്പർ? 10 lakhs. ഏകദേശം അല്ലേ? Okay, sir. Here, what's the name, sir? Sri Kumar, or Ram Kumar and Sri Kumar say 10 lakhs. The ladies say 5 lakhs. Now, I won't ask Purnima madam because she knows the answer. I think you know. Last year I asked you. If you give me a wrong number, I will. Okay. Now, do you think it is possible to have 10 lakh people free treatment? Who will pay? Hospital salary you have to give, not to doctors. You have to buy X-ray machine, this thing, that thing, MRI, CT scan, build up. Look at the buildings. Is it possible to have a hospital which 10 lakh people free of cost? Is it economically possible? No, government doesn't give any money. Impossible. You think Pinarayi Vijayan will give you? No way. Sir, government doesn't give you any money. But do you think it's sustainable? 10 lakhs. 5 lakhs seems more reasonable. No. Right. 10 lakhs just huh? Lakhs only reasonable. Maybe 1 or 2 lakhs she's saying. Okay, I'll give you the answer. Till today, since 1998, your institution, no? Your institution's hospital in Cochin, till today, has treated 47 lakh people free of cost. That's all applause you'll give. 1 thing we are very bad at. One thing Amrita is very bad at is marketing. That is why nobody knows this. He is from Kerala. I'm not blaming you. Nobody knows this. In Ernakulam, people don't know this. This is Ernakulam. 47 lakh people have been treated free of cost. Aren't you now more proud to belong to Amrita than before? Yes or no? Yes or no? That's the point. In Thrissur, there was an auto rickshaw driver. In Thrissur, there was an auto rickshaw driver who started getting epileptic fits, and therefore he could not drive his auto, and he could not take care of his family. Auto rickshaw driver. So, what AIMS hospital did was they embedded a chip in his brain, robotic surgery, using a robot, robotic surgery, embedded a chip in his brain, chip in his brain, that controls the seizures. Can you imagine this? I mean, imagine the technology, robotic surgery to embed a chip in the brain. My God, you're talking about, I don't know, this is incredible technology. Now, first of all, any other hospital in India, first of all, they won't have this technology. Even if they have, let us assume you go to Apollo or any other hospital in India. Okay. How much do you think an operation like that will cost? Crores. I'm telling you, I'm from US, I tell you. In US, a procedure like that will minimum cost you $500,000. Minimum. A procedure like that. Okay? They charge you $1,000. If you in US medical system is so horrible. I'm telling you honestly. Okay, first of all, you get a doctor's appointment, you have to wait 3 months. By the time you will be either all right or dead, so it doesn't matter. Then after, if you have a fever, you will meet a doctor after 1 week. He will look at you and he will say, take paracetamol. I also know that. Why I should come to you for taking Dolo 650? Then he will charge you $150 for you to buy Dolo 650. This is the US medical system. I can give you horror stories, I won't tell you. In any other, in a hospital in US will charge about $500,000 minimum for this kind of work. First of all, if they have the technology. In India, I don't know how many hospitals have this technology, even if they have lakhs of rupees. How much do you think this Trishur auto rickshaw driver paid in Amrita for this robotic surgery embedding a chip in his brain? 0.0 rupees. No, please applaud. Okay, exactly. This is what I mean by when we say compassion-driven research. It's incredible research. Robotic surgery, incredible research for that. For managing a robot to do surgery on the person and embed a chip, making the chip, lab on a chip, a biocompatible chip that sends signals. Incredible research, embedding in the brain. You can imagine the amount of research that this takes, and finally free. And imagine the compassion that it takes. That is what makes Amrita so unique. That is why the Amrita, there's perhaps no other institution in the world that does the things that Amma is doing. I'm not joking. I'm telling you the simple truth. I'm giving you facts. Nobody knows this. We are very bad in marketing. Why we are bad in marketing? I will tell you that story later. We are bad in marketing because who's Amritapuri? Amma is a chancellor. We are bad at marketing because our chancellor doesn't have an ego. We are bad at marketing because she doesn't want praise or appreciation. That's why. That perhaps requires greater applause than anything else, but people don't understand. You all had breakfast? All of you had breakfast? Oh, because your applause is very weak. That's why I'm wondering. Okay, very nice. Okay, so this is our journey. Okay, so this simple example is enough. No? When I'm talking about robotic surgery, you need engineering for it. Robotic surgery, you need engineering. You need electronic engineering. You need mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. You need engineering for it. Making a chip, you need advanced electronics. Okay, a semiconductor device, you need advanced electronics for it. And putting it in the brain, you need medical research on it. So what is the interesting thing here? Immediately, what do you know? Every department is involved. Interdisciplinary research. So you have engineers, you have doctors, you have physicists, you have mathematicians, you have chemists, everybody working together. Now imagine you are a student in a project which is doing this. How much will your learning be? My goodness. You will learn stuff that is not there in textbooks. Isn't it? You will learn stuff that cannot be taught in schools or the university curriculum. Yes, I am telling you this. Amrita University, our curriculum is extremely good, but all our best teaching is outside the curriculum because of projects and research and all that. Because this is too advanced to put in the books. What can I do? First of all, there is no time to teach what is in the book. So I have to give projects, I have to do research. We involve the students in research and projects right from day one. Interested people. So that is a very, very unique thing. That is an educational revolution that Amma is doing. Because she started saying this. These ideas didn't come from me. Here Amma. She wanted research. She wanted people to publish papers. She said make it compulsory for masters to publish. So we said, Madam, Amma, it's very difficult to publish. Then she gave a very beautiful story. She gave a story of her mother. I will tell you the story. They were fishing, no? So they had some ducks or hens in their house. So when a hen lays an egg, it would become very immobilized and sit quietly, lazy, don't even eat after some time. And it may even die. So Amma's mother, Damayanti, used to take that kind of a hen which is going into hibernation and throw it into the backwaters. Then immediately it will flutter its wings and come back out. Again it will sit lazy. Again it can throw it into the backwaters. Again become active again. Like that Amma says, you start, you jump into the research. You will come, activity will come. You should not sit, oh I can't do. You should not sit like that. You should go for it. That's what Amma says. Anyway, so this is our journey. So, these are all various things we have done. wireless sensors, nanotechnology, hospital information system, insulin pump, etc., etc. But I will just tell you this. Now we are giving water project, water to over 5,000 villages in India we are doing. We have MOU with Tata Institute of Genetics, microbiotic resistance, etc., etc. I will come to this point. This is something interesting. So, this slide has some of the world's first innovations. Some of the world's first innovations that have come from Amrita. So look at this. The world's first, right? It says, world's first wireless sensor network system for early detection of landslides. This is the world's first. Now what happened was, this is a very interesting thing. We have developed a wireless system where we have sensors in landslide prone areas. So that gives signals and we are able to evacuate the village and all that. But what is the story behind it, I will tell you. It's a very interesting story. Then you will understand more clearly what Amma is. So, the first funding that Amrita University got, was from TOC, a European funding. This happened in 2006, 20 years ago. So usually when institutes get international funding, they are very happy, very proud. They will take the money, they will do centers, this, that, everything they will do. So our Vice Chancellor and the Director of the Landslide Detection Labs, they went to Amma and said, we got the first funding for wireless detection of landslides. We got the first funding. We want to start a center. So Amma said, okay, what will you do with the money? Oh, we will start a center. Okay, what will your center do? Oh, we will have students there, they will do masters and PhD. They will publish papers. We will give them degree. This is what our center will do. Amma said, if that is the case, please return the money. Amma said, if that is the case, please return the money. And these people were shocked. This is the first funding Amrita is getting from international funding that Amrita is getting. Amma is saying, you return the money. Then these people are shocked. They say, why? Why are you saying return the money? So Amma said, a chance to save lives comes very rarely. A chance to save lives comes very rarely. You have a chance to save lives. What you should do is find a place where landslides happen. Go and deploy your system there. Detect the landslide before it's happening. Warn the villagers, evacuate them, save lives. If you can do that, accept the money. Otherwise, don't accept the money. So the accountability when you work for a Mahatma is very, very, very high. In any other institute, oh, we got funding, very good, start a center, we will call CNN, BBC, we will give advertisement, and we will get people, we will get certificate awards. No, that doesn't work here. No, Allam Borada. Save lives. If you save life to go to a place and deploy it and all that, Amma said, no, that I will give you. Because at that time, Ashram has started a housing project. Amma has built more than 100,000 houses for poor, free, small house. That is for homeless, completely people on the road. Amma has built houses. So some of that fund, she said we will divert. And they did that. So they diverted that and they found this landslide prone area in Munnar, Kerala, in Andoniyar colony in Kerala. So now we have our sensors and everything buried deep under the soil there. They look at pore pressure and geological movement and this and that. And the data is transmitted to our lab, in our wireless lab, and we are able to now know when a landslide is going to come. We have given warning 2 times to the villages. We have evacuated the villages and we have saved lives. And that is why now the center is called a World Center of Excellence in landslide detection. And the government of India is so impressed with it, it wants us to use this and deploy it in the Himalayas near the Sikkim border and also in Tirupati, in Western Ghats, many places they are going to use this. Now what happened? Now our Sukumaran sir, Sri Kumar sir may ask, then what were you doing in Wayanad? Sit down. What were you doing in Wayanad last year? Wayanad had the same problem last year. Unfortunately, what happened was, we give 3 types of warnings. That is, first level warning will give to the government. Next level warning will give to the local, all those superintendents. Third level warning will give to the public. So So the government told us, you cannot give third level warning to the public, only we should give. Okay. So in 2019, we told the government that landslide will happen. You please give to the public warning to the public. They didn't give. Landslide happened. Why not? They didn't deploy our system. They used a system which gives 5 minutes advance warning. What is the use of 5 minutes warning? How does an old woman do? What will an old man do? What will pregnant people do? In 5 minutes, what are you going to do? In another 5 minutes, landslide will come. Means how will you get an old man from here outside? The 5-minute solution is a useless solution. Isn't it? Okay. That's useless. You give a solution that is implementable. That is very important. That is cheap. 5 lakhs something. This is costly. So now, since the government didn't use, why not airline sales? So now Amma is now deployed. She is going independently. Ashram is going to do in Wayanad. Amma is putting 200 crores money and putting that. Where does all this money come from? From people who donate. That's all. And we use it. We go back. We go back and give whatever you do is given back to the society. That is the greatness of the Amrita institution. We are an NGO. We are not a profit-making organization. Amma sleeps in one room on the floor for the past 30 years. Right? Night and day she is giving darshan. She doesn't take a break. Her bones are wearing away. Her whole body is in pain. But this continues. This is not for anybody's purpose. This is absolute selflessness is what drives Amrita institution. That is why we are growing so fast. Because behind Amrita institution, the power is not human. It is divine grace that is impelling it. Because of the absolute selflessness that is driving it. That is why Amrita is so successful. Anyway, so this is the world's first, this story you should know. Asia's first upper arm double transplant. This man is in AIMS hospital, Amrita hospital, Cochin did this. This man is an Afghanistan soldier. This soldier in Afghanistan, he lost his hands. So, Amrita hospital did this transplant. Asia's first upper arm double hand transplant. The donor was Christian. One Christian family, one person died. They offered the arms, hands. The doctor is Dr. Subramanian, very world famous doctor. So very interesting. He's a Hindu doctor, Christian donor, Muslim patient. Okay. Should go and tell the terrorists in Pahalgam. Okay. So this is the thing. Then India's first haptics technology. This is something I will tell you in the next slide. Look at this. Now, I will tell you this and then I am going to tell you something which will stun all of you. Okay? So here, look at this. This is called a haptic device. See this device? This lady, she is cutting a pipe. This is a pipe. On the screen there is the pipe. She is cutting this pipe. Now this device is called haptics. Haptics means force feedback. That is, it will give some force when you are trying. Now in the screen, if I change this pipe, this is a PVC pipe, I think this is PVC, yeah. If I change the material of the pipe, let us say from PVC to steel or something else, immediately the force she feels will change. That means using the same device, simply by changing the stuff on the computer, I can train this lady in different machining operations. Yes or no? Using the same device, I can train in different machining operations. This is the technology used to train thousands of women across Kerala in plumbing and other vocational skills. This is part of the Nature.He project. In India, especially deep in the villages, there is a lot of gender bias when it comes to education. That is, the son will be sent to the better school, the daughter need not be sent. Yes or no? Yes or no? Gender bias. So there is a lot of, now Amma feels this very much in her heart. She feels that women need to be empowered. She feels that women have not been, the talents, society has not allowed women to come out and express all their talents 100% because of male chauvinism. Sorry, men, I know, but this is the truth. We have to accept it. So this is a part of an Amritapuri project where 250 Ashram project, 250,000 women across India, either abandoned or uneducated, so many cases are there, who have been given vocation. They form self-help groups. They start small businesses and training is given for them to help to stand on their own feet. and to support their family. So I'll give an example. Near Palakkad, a few years ago, there was this illicit liquor case. Some people drank illicit liquor and the men died. Many of them they died and all. I was there in Amma's room when this was discussed. So this haptic thing, this is Ammachi Labs. The director of that lab is Bhavani. Okay, Dr. Bhavani. I was there. Amma told Dr. Bhavani, what you should do is go to Palakkad, Shoranur, Ottapalam, that area. You should go there, go to the houses where all the men have died or whatever. Find out who is the breadwinner of the family. Find out what they are going to do to, sustain, take care of the children, etc. Give them this training. Give them this training so that they will become self-empowered. So that is a fantastic thing. This is a thing. We go to the ground reality. We will go to the village. We will talk to the person in the hut. Find out what the problem is. And then try to do research to solve. That is what makes Amrita so different. And this is not there anywhere in this world. I assure you. It is. It is not there anywhere in the world. Yeah. I have gone to Harvard. I have gone to Stanford. Nobody does this. The world's best institutes do not do this. Because the world's best institutes do not have a self-realized Mahatma as a chancellor. You must please understand, this is the thing. Nobody on earth does what Amrita is doing. So please be very proud that you are an Amrita employee. Please be very proud. உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கிற சான்ஸ் வேற யாருக்கும் கிடைக்கல இது வரைக்கும். It's a great blessing to be in Amrita. I'm telling you, again and again I will tell you. Why you think we all came from America and other places to Vallikavu? Do you really think Vallikavu is a better place to live than San Francisco? No. So this is it. So this one, so more than, I told you, in Kerala there is one village where all the plumbers are women. Not all the women are plumbers. All the plumbers are women. So we have trained. Amma is trained. Amrita is trained. I say we. Amrita is done. So I am part of that, so I am able to say we. So we. And therefore we can say we. All of us can say we. Because we belong to that. We. So this is it. So the United Nations is so proud of this project. It is now using this technology to train Syrian refugees in Egypt. Now you look at global impact, compassion-driven research, global impact. This is high-end technology. Haptic surgeries, robotic surgeries done by high-end. Amma only started. Okay. One more story, and then I will come to the main point of my talk. See, this is landslide warning, first in the world, right? This is landslide warning, I already told you. This I already told you. This is wafers for tumor, I mentioned. Cancer research is going on. Somebody here also said cancer research is going on. Ocean net for offshore communication. You see, the same thing. Where is this? You see, we are in a fishing village, as I told men. We were lost in the sea. 11 fishermen were lost in the sea. Because the fishermen, they go to 2-3 kilometers. After that, there is no cell phone range. There is no range. And they are very poor. They can't buy satellite phone and all those things. Right? Satellite phone is possible. Who can afford satellite phone and all? They can't afford. 11 fishermen are lost in the sea. So Amma called Dr. Manisha, who is a wireless networks person, and said, 11 fishermen were lost in the sea. In the news கேட்டு நீ கேட்டுட்டுண்டோ means உனக்கு தெரியுமா இந்த நியூஸ் தெரியும் என்ன பண்ண next question நீ என்ன பண்ணதுக்கு I felt sad. No, it is not. You have to feel sad. Do something. You are a wireless person. Why can't you use your wireless technology to connect all the fishermen in sea? Escape from Amma. Then you know what she said. Then only ஒரு பல்பு கத்தி brainல. We can use this kind of technology. So what happens is we have in ashram, those who have come, you see in the tall buildings. On top of that is a receiver, antenna, etc. We use wireless technology to connect fishermen. We keep one boat in 20 kilometers, another boat 40 kilometers station with wireless signals going. Now the connectivity is to 60 miles into the ocean. Yes, now fishermen can go up to 60 miles into the ocean. They can call their families, they can say, I am safe, don't worry. Otherwise, previously in the fishing village, when you go for the fishing, they go for 1 month and all. You don't know. Whether they will come back, you don't know. Where they are, you don't know. The families are like, they depend on that. They don't know. but now you have. This is the same thing. So this is what? This is that. So they are opening this ocean net. Here, this is a cocoa bot. I will stop with this and I will come to another interesting. In Kerala, you know, there are trillions of coconut trees. Kerala itself is named after coconut tree. Kerala, full of coconut trees. So many people are there who depend on the sale of coconuts. But now there is nobody left to climb the tree. Everybody has gone to the Middle East to whatever. So how will the old man climb the tree? So Amma said, why don't you make a robot that climbs the tree? So the humanitarian technologies lab in Amrita is all undergraduate students, first year, second year students. The beauty. They have designed this coconut climbing robot. It's very difficult because some tree, all the trees not straight, no. Some trees will twist and go, some trees will bend. And secondly, even if you send the robot up, how do you know which coconut to cut? How do you know which coconut to cut? How do you know that the coconut is ripe or not? That you need machine learning, artificial intelligence, algorithms for that. Simple act of climbing a tree and cutting a coconut is high technology. If you ask a robot to do that, that is Amaran. That is a coconut climbing robot. Now, so many projects like this. Now I will come to your stunning point. You know what is a common thing in all these projects? It is free compassion, yes. Ideas came from Amma. The ideas came from Amma. That is a stunning thing. What is the class? What is the which class has Amma studied? Fourth standard. Oh, how she is giving all these ideas in engineering and all. How? Okay, you know. You all heard of Albert Einstein? You all heard of Albert Einstein now? Huh? Who is Albert Einstein? Who was Albert Einstein? Huh? Albert Einstein? Huh? Scientist. Albert Einstein was a scientist. No, scientist. Albert Einstein was a scientist. Yes, madam. Albert Einstein was a scientist. But what? Huh? Father of physics, you can't say. Huh? No, he went for school, sir. He got educated. No. Saying Albert Einstein is a scientist is like saying, if I ask you who is Sachin Tendulkar, will you say he is a batsman? I know, cricketer. He is the world's greatest batsman, isn't it? I also play cricket, so what? I also study physics, so what? No. Albert Einstein is the greatest scientist to have walked on earth, isn't it? E is equal to mc square, space, time, relativity, this, that. Our entire idea of space and time is changed because of Albert Einstein. Yeah. Relativity of time, relativity of space, kind of stuff which you can't understand. Albert Einstein is the greatest physicist. Everybody accepts that Albert Einstein is perhaps the greatest physicist, the most brilliant person, one of the most brilliant people to have walked on earth. So that time a newspaper reporter asked Albert Einstein, "Sir, how does it feel like to be the most brilliant man on earth?" This is what the reporter asked Albert Einstein. Correct. How does it feel like to be the most brilliant man on earth? உலகத்திலேயே பயங்கர மூளை இருக்கிற ஆளை எப்படி உங்களுக்கு தோன்றது? That's a question. How does it feel like to be the most brilliant man on earth? They asked that question. You know Albert Einstein's reply? Albert Einstein said, I don't know. Ask Nikola Tesla. That was the answer. Albert Einstein said, I don't know. Ask Tesla. No, who was Tesla? Tesla was a great scientist, physicist, electrical engineer, who found AC. What is AC? Not air conditioning. Alternating current. Who discovered alternating current. And he is the cause of almost everything the modern technology is today. Without alternating current, nothing will work. Right. So Nikola Tesla was the person who discovered AC. Then he also found wireless transmission of power. So many crazy ideas which he did not make public because it's too dangerous to make it public in the world. குரங்கு கையில் பூமாலை கொடுக்கக்கூடாது. So there are some wireless transmission of power. If I can wirelessly transmit power and burst that building there, explode. How dangerous it is. We should not. So Nikola decided not to make it public. He was such a brilliant man. So Albert Einstein, who everybody considers to be the world's greatest scientist, when he was asked, how does it feel like to be the most brilliant man on earth? He said, I don't know, ask Tesla. That means Einstein considered Tesla even more brilliant than him. Okay. Now why I am telling you this question for you. Who inspired Tesla? Who inspired Tesla? Tesla is not just a physicist. He is a mystic philosopher. And he used to talk about states beyond the mind. Not only wireless transmission, he used to talk about states beyond the mind. And somebody inspired him. 100 years ago, Tesla met a young man from India. Tesla, or 100 years ago, met a young man from India who had discussions with him on states beyond the mind, on ether, this thing, that thing, etc., 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 and inspired Tesla. Who was this mysterious man from India 100 years ago who inspired Tesla? Who? No, not Srinivas Ramanujan. Not Srinivas Ramanujan. Swami Vivekananda, yes. Good. What is your name, madam? Vijay Kumar. Applause for Vijay Kumar. Swami Vivekananda. So, this is a story. So Einstein, who was, generally all of us consider Einstein as the greatest physicist on earth, Einstein considered Tesla greater than himself. And Tesla was inspired by Swami Vivekananda. Who inspired Swami Vivekananda? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Now what class did Sri Ramakrishna study? 4th standard. ஓ அதுதான் ப்ராப்ளம். நம்ம படிச்சிருக்க கூடாது, நம்ம 4ஆம் கிளாஸ்ல முடிச்சிருக்கணும் இல்ல. Sri Ramakrishna studied only till 4th standard. Sri Ramakrishna did not know physics or maths or chemistry or anything. You are all far more brilliant than Sri Ramakrishna. All of us. Sri Ramakrishna studied only till 4th standard. He inspired Swami Vivekananda, who inspired Tesla, whom Einstein considers more brilliant than him. How a person who studied only 4th standard, how a person who studied only till 4th standard inspired somebody who ended up inspiring the greatest physicists of all time? If you answer that question, the same question here, how somebody with only 4th standard education, who has never gone to class, start India's top university and give engineering solutions to all these kinds of things? The answer is the same in both. What is the answer? It's my question. My question is, what is the answer? How? 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 How is it possible? You think about that, I'll come back to it. So these are, I told you, I'll tell you about the bulletproof material. Here. This is the lightweight bulletproof material that in Coimbatore one scientist faculty has made. This has already passed the army tests. Indian Army is going to use this. This is going to save the Indian Army 4,000 crores. From Amrita, yes. From your faculty in intermediate. Shantanu Bhaumik. You can go, you can check, Google. Google Shantanu Bhaumik, his name will come. The new alloy. This is first in India, right? Remote health monitoring. This is a device. Let us assume it is a farmer and he has this device. Let us assume a farmer is having a heart attack in the field. Immediately he is wearing this device. The ECG is sent to the doctor wirelessly. Doctor will know something is happening. Right? Otherwise, how an old person in the room, nobody is there to take care of him. His children are in America. They will call on Father's Day and Mother's Day and say, I love you, Amma, and put the phone down. They won't do anything for their parents. Telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I have seen it with my own eyes. One of my friends, I was shocked, attended her father's funeral on Skype. When you remove values, this is what happens. They will go to America, they will live happily. Father is dying here, funeral she comes, you know how? Through Zoom meeting, I will see it seems. What nonsense. Zoom meeting, unga appa unakku vela panni unakku school ku anucha. Illiye. That's the problem. Do you understand? Modern education doesn't teach values. Amrita teaches values. Please remember that. Anyway, I am giving. So, this is the one. So, the farmer will know. So, immediately they will know. Robotic deep brain stimulation. These are all the first in India. This I already told you. Asia's first double hand transplant told you. Insulin pump we made. All these things. Mars rover is very interesting. This is something to go on the surface of Mars or moon. You can take. Udupa sir will talk to you more in Chandrayaan. He'll come. So, this one, what I like most about it, these are all undergrad students. Okay, 18-year-old. They first time we went to the competition held by NASA. We came 21st in the world. Second time, this is held in United Kingdom, UK. We came 4th in the world. We beat students from Princeton and Purdue. Princeton and Purdue, some of the world's best universities. Students from Amrita Vallika beat students from Princeton and Purdue and did this. So, one message for you. Don't think, oh, this fellow Stanford, that fellow, nothing. Your students are extremely talented. You are all extremely talented. You don't know it. I am telling you the best brains in the world are in India. You go to California, go to any company there. Who is the CEO of Google? Who is the CEO of Google? Sundar Pichai. Where is he from? Here, Tamil Nadu. Who is the CEO of Microsoft? Satya Nadella. He is from India. You go to any Indian. I have been in Bay Area, right? Every company has Indians at the top. We are some of the most brainy people on earth. But we don't know how to use it. That is the problem. That is why we were the richest country on earth. Why the British fellows came here to give you English education and railways? No. They came here to steal your money. Why were you the richest country on earth? Because we were the brainiest people. You forgot. We forgot our culture. We forgot our dharma. That's why we fell. Okay. So this is Mars rover. Then, very interesting thing I want to tell you. We have several of the world's top 2% scientists. So many products have come. These are all from Amrita. I've told you all this. But I just want to tell you one small thing. And then I will throw it open. So skill development, we are teaching Jeevamritam project, water for 5,000 villages, wastewater treatment, sanitation, every aspect we are doing research across more than 22 states. I forgot to tell you that. See, Amma started something called live-in labs. So the ashram has adopted around 2,000 villages across the country, okay, all over India. And the students go in live-in labs, in an elective they take in their second year, third year, etc. They go to the village, they try to identify what is the main problem in the village. They come back and work on a cost-effective solution, go back and deploy it, and they publish papers, and they get credit for it. This is such a famous program now. It's called Live in Labs. You are actually living in the lab. The village is your lab. You go there and live it. So, it's attracting international attention. More than 400 students, international students have participated in it. 42 faculty from other countries are participating in it, etc., etc. So this, we do all this work in the villages. So this is called live-in labs. So this is the ashram's main work today. We have adopted 2,000 villages across university. 2,000 villages across the country. We are doing that. So water, IoT, I already told you. IoT-based devices. This is crop protection. IoT devices to protect crops from monkeys and elephants, etc. Using an IoT fence, we are doing that. Remote control, prediction, so many things. Water, education technologies, O-labs we have made, school lab experiments, simulated experiments. You can do that actually. You should talk to Dr. Shyam Devakar and Amrita and their virtual labs your students can do. You can sit at home and do these labs. Please look at that. Sir, you can make use of this virtual labs that Amrita has started and science experiments, everything they can sit at home and they can do. And they will learn. Okay. My second portal, MedSim. This is computer-based medical simulation. Nurse can study anatomy, everything sitting at home. They can simulate the patient and they can get trained. So many things. Haptics, I already told you. Toilet building, the same the technology with which we train them to become plumbers, we train them to build toilets. Why toilets? One, for sanitation. Okay. Second, in many villages, the house doesn't have a toilet. The lady has to go in the middle of the night to some distant field. It's very dangerous. So we train them in building. They started building their own toilets. Yeah. In many villages, women have become experts now in building. So now, after learning this technology, they build a toilet, they have expanded their kitchen. They have done so many things now. Interestingly, and they teach this to others. So the entire village becomes self-reliant. This is the thing. I already told you, all these things I already told you. Research outcomes, these are some of the outcomes that we have. TRL means technology readiness level. Is it ready to be sold to the market? So out of 10, 7, 8, many are there. Even I am working in something, but technology level is not so much, it will come. In a few years it will come. So many are there. Automatic, Ayurvedic bandage, irrigation system, IoT, all this stuff from Amrita. See? And international collaborations, we have more than 276 international collaborations across the world. These are some of the universities, University of Buffalo, San Diego and all that. So when your students come, you should tell them this. You should tell them how wonderful Amrita is. So they know they have an option. Okay? And University of Groningen, all this. Penn State, I collaborated with Penn State. I also collaborated a little bit with UC Davis, etc., etc. Then different universities across the world we collaborate. These are all our collaborations with world leading 200 universities. Industry focus, we have TBI, we have started some students have started their own companies. Many centers of excellence with university across in geospatial excellence, multi-hazard modeling, etc., water, everything. Water, energy, oh, wait a minute. Water, then energy. Why it's doing this? Water, energy, education, skill, health, and all these things, we have centers. And Amma was appointed by Modi ji as C20 chairman in 2023, where thousands of discussions were held on how to make things better for the civil society. This is the living labs I told you about. These are all the villages that we have adopted across the country. These are the villages. See, in each state, in Tamil Nadu alone, where is Tamil Nadu? Here, okay, next here. In Tamil Nadu alone, these are the villages. There are some 57 villages adopted in Tamil Nadu. Ayyur, Metupalayam, Artikal, Ayambatti, Chinnambatti, all these places. You see, near Trichy also something is there. All these villages in Tamil Nadu. 57 villages in Tamil Nadu have been adopted. People are doing rainwater harvesting, composting, adult education. So many projects are going on there. And in Kerala, these are all villages across. Okay, Madhya Pradesh, all these different villages across the country. Every state we have adopted. So in Madhya Pradesh, for example, there are 100. My God, Madhya Pradesh is huge. Almost 262 villages in Madhya Pradesh have been adopted. And so Kerala, all these places we have adopted. In Kerala alone, you can look at this. Sir, in Kerala alone, so many, in Kerala alone, so much work is going on. In all this, these are some of the Living Labs projects. So there was one, so we've done solar electrification in a village that had no electricity. We went and did PV, solar PV we put, sanitation, maternal health, empowering artists, micro hydro system, lemon gas distillation, so many projects across the country we are doing. And we got the Living Labs award last year for Sustainability Green Grounds Award. And we do all that stuff. So India focus. So this is Amrita's story. And we are making such a powerful change across the country in so many things. And so this is Amma's message. If we can transform compassion from mere word into a path of action, we will be able to solve 90% of the world's problems. This is what Amrita is all about. I was asked to give you an overview of Amrita. I have done. Thank you. Okay. I didn't exceed my time. Correct? 10:18. I was told 10:20, 10:18. Very good. First time in my life. Managing. That is because I didn't start telling you too much about Amma. And I asked you a question you haven't answered. I think we are having a discussion session now and tomorrow also. But please, that's a question I want. How? You have to answer that question. She studied only 4th standard. Ramakrishna Paramhansa studied only 4th standard. He inspired Vivekananda, who inspired Tesla, who is greater than Einstein. Amma also studied only 4th standard. How does this work? That's my question for you. Humanism means love. Simplicity. Okay. Spirituality. What is spirituality, sir? Spirituality means what? Any answers? Okay, he is saying, Sri Kumar, Sri Kumar, Ram Kumar. You can perfectly refine your answer. Here.
Like,
Yes, sir, please. Can you hear me? Yeah. You can refine your answer. Yes.
sir,
You're Sri Kumar or Ram Kumar?
Sri Kumar.
You are Ram. Okay. Sri Kumar sir says love humanism. Tell me, sir.
So, incarnation of the God.
My goodness. That's a big statement, no? That's a very big statement. You have made a very, very, very big incarnation of God. Okay, sir. Fine. That is the answer. Sri Kumar sir says Amma is an incarnation. So therefore, these things happen naturally to her. Yes, sir. I agree with you. There's simply no other answer.
May I add something?
Please
sir?
continue. Continue.
Actually, I belong to Amma's village
Oh,
near to village
Parekadu.
in Alappuzha
You're
district.
in Alappuzha. Okay. Yes, tell.
I never heard positive things about.
You never heard positive things about Amma, even though you are in Alappuzha. Yes.
I have done my beard in Alappuzha itself.
You did your BA in Alappuzha. Alappuzha.
And
Alappuzha.
Haripad. Haripad.
Hmm.
And as part of a field trip, we sent to Amritapuri. And when
You come here. When did you join Amrita here?
that's why I'm telling.
Okay, please tell.
So when I entered into the Amritapuri with a lot of negative spirits, I caught a hit on my head.
What, sorry?
I hit on my head.
You got a hit on your head? By
Yes.
whom?
I don't know from where I got.
Okay.
I thought it is because of my negative spirit. I got that hit. It was in 2005, 6th period. Till this time, when I step into this institution, I thought that it was because of the negative spirit. I punished.
You got
By
punished
the-
because of the
by
negative
the
in
Amma.
your mind. Amma punished you, you felt.
Yes.
No, sir. Amma
So
never
that
punished.
that was the feeling,
You got
real feeling, sir.
Amma never punished. No. One thing Amma cannot do, I assure you about that. What Amma can do, I don't know. She can do so many things. But one thing Amma cannot do is hate anybody. Other than it's not possible. She cannot hate, she cannot punish. Because your mother cannot punish. That's right. Yeah, not possible. Yes.
But today, because of you, I understood that it was not a punishment. It was a call. It was a call. You should come here.
Come here.
But I took 20 years to reach here.
You should go and tell Amma this. Next time you go to Amma and tell her this. Very good.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
He says, he says he got a hit on the head. I will tell you Amma's story. Very nice story she tells. One fellow was walking on the road. Okay. One fellow. Oh. This is better, is it? One fellow was walking on the road. His friend was on top of the building and was calling him. Hey, Bala, calling him. He didn't look up. So the friend threw a flower. So this man took the flower, he smelled the flower, put it in his pocket and walked. He didn't look up. Then the friend threw a coin. The man took the coin and said, oh, nice coin, put it in the pocket and walked. He still didn't look up. Then the third time the friend threw a stone. Then the fellow looked up. So, பூ வரும்போது மேல கல்லு வராது. So that is the reason why stone comes. Stone comes on the head because we didn't look up when the flower came. So once we are grateful for what we receive, we won't have to look up to anything we get is to make us look up. Anything we get is to make us look up. If we look up, then the next time that much pressure will not be there to make you look up. Otherwise, the stone will become bigger. This is easy. Okay. Yeah. So actually, yes, sir. You said. Okay. He said a very, very big statement. Amma is a manifestation of God. I agree with him. Sir, you said what? The answer to the question. You said what? What's your name? Your name is spirituality. What is your name? Krishna Prasad sir is spirituality. What is spirituality, sir? Practice of values. Practice of love, compassion. Okay. Both of them are very correct. So when I told you, okay, sir. Yes. Any other answers? Yes, Priya madam. Your name is Priya, right? Aparna. Who was Priya? Nobody. Okay, I thought Aparna. Oh, you were Priya. Okay. Yes, Aparna madam. Tell me. The way she sees, wow, the way she sees the world. Explain that.
Each and every person will be, if a poor person is that, we'll just see, we'll put some coin or something and we'll be going. But she will go into that person, what the problem is having, she'll have a help and she will, everything will be solved.
What a beautiful answer. Please applaud. Super answer. Aparna ma'am. The way she sees the world. Yeah. There is a big difference between the way we see the world and the way Amma sees the world. And the difference is very simple. What is the difference is, a self-realized Mahatma, I will tell you more about that maybe tomorrow or later on when we have the time. India's greatest contribution to the world is the phenomenon of self-realization. Atma Sakshatkaram. Atma Jnana. I will tell you later. But I will give you the story. What Aparna madam said, I will tell you in a form of a story. Amma was invited to Rashtrapati Bhavan by President Abdul Kalam. He was her devotee. Okay. By Rashtrapati. Amma was invited to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Now the rule is, all of you, please listen to me. Even the last bench, please listen to me. Okay. Oh, you are here. Oh, my students are here. They follow me wherever I go, and they wanted me to take them to Srirangam and all that. Nowadays, students want to go to the bar. So when there are students who want to come to Srirangam and temples, I'm very happy. Stand up, all of you. You are there. Kannan, Dinesh, Raghav and Rohan. They are my students. They are Amma students from Amritapuri. Yeah. So, I didn't see. I was thinking, this fellow looks familiar. Then he said, Rohan, sit down. Very good. They are Amma's kids. They do many projects, etc. Rohan is doing, I'll give you, after that I'll tell you. They are doing some, Rohan is doing this go-kart. Kannan is going to be doing a project in flexible electronics on glucose sensors. Dinesh and Raghav are in second year only. Next year I will start. They are learning now. So they came with me to go to Srirangam, and also, that's the first reason they said, the real reason to eat good Tamil Nadu food. Okay. So anyway, so coming back. When Amma went to Rashtrapati Bhavan, when Abdul Kalam invited her to go to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Now the rule is, the protocol is, now all of you listen carefully to me, then you will understand what Aparna madam said. And you will understand what they said. What is your name, sir? What Krishna Prasad sir and Sri Kumar sir said also you will understand. They are all correct. They are all correct, absolutely correct. But yes, thank you. My throat is burning. Yeah. So when Amma went to Rashtrapati, the rule is, the President of India, he can come only to one point in Rashtrapati Bhavan, where half point or something, where the guest is brought. And then there they will shake hands, etc., and they will go to the meeting. The protocol is, the President can come only to one particular point, Rashtrapati Bhavan. He cannot go out to the parking lot and bring people in, because the President represents India. Do you understand? The President represents, not the Prime Minister. In our system, the President represents India. In fact, when President, I won't tell the name, when the previous President came to see Amma, he wanted to garland her. But he could not. The protocol, the President cannot garland somebody. President represents India. He would have loved to, but he could not. So privately, whether he in the room, I don't know, but he could not. President is not supposed to. The President is not supposed to go to the parking lot and invite anybody from there, because the President represents India. It is like India is going to the parking lot. It's not allowed. The President can only come up to one point in Rashtrapati Bhavan, where whoever it is, US ambassador or whoever it is, that person is brought to that point, they will meet and go. When Amma came to Rashtrapati Bhavan, Abdul Kalam went all the way out. He went all the way out. He was in the parking lot, waiting to see Amma. He broke the protocol. He went all the way out and waiting to see Amma. He was waiting for Amma in the parking lot. Okay, now imagine, where is your house, sir? Near Wayanad. Where is your house, madam? Huh? Kanyakumari. Aparna, madam, where is your house? Huh? Okay, Trichy. Let us assume Trichy. Okay, Trichy. Okay, you are all from Trichy. Imagine you are going home today. Imagine you are going home today, and the President of India is waiting to see you in your backyard. Draupadi Murmu is waiting for you. Or Narendra Modi is waiting. What will you do? You will faint, no? Yes or no? You will be shocked, no? You will be faint. You will simply faint. You are going home and the President is waiting for you. Or Narendra Modi is waiting for you. Or somebody big shot. Trump. I hope not. But some big shot is waiting. You will faint, isn't it? So here Amma's car comes. President of India is waiting for her in the parking lot. Amma gets out of the car. What will you do? What would you have done? You are coming out in the car. President of India is waiting, opening the door for you. What will you do? You will be shocked. You won't know what to do. But even if you do something, you won't know what to do. Let me tell you what Amma did. And then you will get an answer to their questions. You will get an answer to Aparna Madam's statement. Now, Amma got out of the car. The President of India is waiting for her. Abdul Kalam is waiting for her. Okay. Next to the President, there is his bodyguard. No? With the cap, etc., all the uniform, etc. Amma got out of the car. The President is standing there. The first person she went to is the watchman, the bodyguard. She went to the bodyguard, gave him a hug, talked to him. Okay, very good. Whatever language, I don't know. She hugged the bodyguard. The President is waiting like this. The President of India is waiting. No question for you. You are going home. She hugged the bodyguard first. After hugging the bodyguard, she turned, took the President by hand. And both of them walked into Rashtrapati Bhavan. Now, Abdul Kalam was also very great. Avaranga patient wait pain. Any ordinary person would have got angry. He was also very great. Wait pain. Then Amma took him and went. Now, scenario. Question for you. President of India is coming to your house. The President of India is coming to your house. First of all, you will die of shock. That's a different matter. Let us assume you are not dying of shock. The President of India comes with his driver or watchman. How many of you or how many of us, why you and me also know, how many of us, when the President is standing in front of you, give equal importance to the bodyguard and to the President? That's the question. How many of us will give equal importance to the watchman and the king when they are standing in front of you? That is the question. We won't even know that the fellow is present, isn't it? But Amma gave, you're not applauding this. Amma gave darshan to the wall. But wait, not done. The story is not done. Then went inside. Then later on, when Amma was asked, this is the climax. This is the climax. Later on, when Amma was asked, why you did like that? She said, once I go inside Rashtrapati Bhavan, I won't get a chance to see the watchman again. அப்பதான் எனக்கு chance அவரை பார்க்கிறதுக்கு. So I won't get a chance to see him again. So I saw him and then I went. No, look at the sentence. She did not say that once I go into Rashtrapati Bhavan, he won't get a chance to see me. She didn't say that. She said, I won't get a chance to see him. That is the difference. Yomam pashyati sarvatra ja mayi pashyati. Who sees me in all beings and all beings in me. Krishna is telling Arjuna. That is the state where Amma exists. She does not see the President or the bodyguard or you or me or Krishna Prasad sir or Sukumar sir or Bala or anybody. She sees only God in all beings. Inside, outside, everything. Antar bahishcha tat sarvam vyapya narayana stitha. Everywhere is the same. A self-realized being sees the same divinity everywhere. Absolute equality everywhere. That is why. Near Amma's village, there was, I think we have exceeded the time, no? We'll continue tomorrow with this one story and we'll continue tomorrow. near Amma's village, long ago, I'm talking about early 80s, because many people have not seen Amma, you need to understand this. I told them all about Amrita. I don't know if Rohan, you guys were there at that time. So I told them all. If you miss any point, you tell. Yeah, they know. So they want to know how a 4th standard girl can start a world-class university and talk about research. Then they say, yeah, here's the answer. So in Amma's village, near Amma's village, there's a village called Ochira. This happened in 1980s. Okay? 1980s. You were all not born then. Okay? I was a small kid. Yeah. There was a boy called Dresden. Around 13 or 14 years of age. I'll give you only 50% of the story. I won't tell you the whole story. At about 13 or 14 years of age, Dresden got leprosy. Kushtarogam. He got leprosy. And head to foot, he was covered with pus-infected wounds, oozing pus and blood. So his parents came and dumped him. Ochira, there is a famous temple. His parents came and dumped him in the temple and went off. So he found himself a destitute beggar on the streets. A leprous beggar on the streets, destitute. Head to foot covered with pus-infected wounds. He can't wear clothes, they will stick. So he can wear only a loin cloth. He can't enter a hotel. Nobody let him in, so food is kept outside. Flies are troubling him, it used to stink, nobody will come near him. Even the begging bowl he kept 10 feet away. Wretched, miserable, hellish existence. Somebody told him, Amma's village is Valikavu. Somebody told him, there is a holy lady in Valikavu, why don't you go and see? I met him. I read this story long ago when I came to India, I met him. Anyway, that's a different story. Why don't you go and see? I'll tell you only 50% of the story, I'm not going to complete the story. So he came to see Amma. This is early 80s. And some people saw him and closed their mouth. Some people saw him and shoot him away. Okay. To see him, it still feel like vomiting. Some people saw him. Amma saw him from a distance. She came running to him. Hugged him. Amma hugs everybody, right? She hugged him. Mone in Malayalam means my son. She hugged him and kissed him. Now, his own mother has rejected him. His own mother has dumped him. Here is some strange lady hugging me, kissing me, calling me my son. That is Amma. And later on, she used to watch. I won't give you the full story because you won't believe me. I won't give you the full story. If you ask, I will tell you tomorrow, not today. And she used to wash his wounds, apply vibhuti, etc. Wait. And then she used to do that. Then there was one Sri Kumar at that time. His name was also Sri Kumar. No. There was one his name was also Sri Kumar. Now he is Swami Purnamrita Anandapuri. He is now a sannyasi. He was doing BTech in electronics at that time. Solar cells he was doing. And I'm telling the truth. You are also BTech in electronics. Okay. Very good. So then he was doing BTech in electronics at that time. So he asked Amma, how can you hug and kiss a leper without any disgust? உனக்கு எப்படி அருவருப்பே தோணாம எப்படி ஒரு லெப்பரை போய் கட்டி பிடிச்சிக்கிற? The question. அருவருப்பு எப்படி வரல உங்களுக்கு எப்படி அருவருப்பே இல்லாம இருக்கு? How do you hug and kiss a leper without any feeling of disgust? Amma, how do you do that? And the answer was a classic. Amma's answer will go down in history. I am telling you, her answer will go down in history. Hundreds of years later, when people are talking about Amma, they will mention this. Believe me. She did not say, oh, I have some power. Nothing. I am great. Nothing. Her answer was very simple. Only a Mahatma can give this answer. She said, you know what she said? She said, I am the leper. Where is the disgust? Nandavan. That is the state where Amma exists. There is no duality. Yatra nanyat pashyati, yatra nanyat shrunoti sa bhuma. Upanishad says, where there is no other than you, where there is everything is seen as one. Yanagiya ennai vilingi verum thanai nilai nindrathu tarparame. That's what the book says. Yanagiya ennai vilingi verum thanai. Anbum Shivamum இரண்டென்பர் அறிவிலார். அன்பே சிவமாவது யாரும் அறிகிலார். அன்பே சிவமாய் யாரும் அறிந்த பின் அன்பே சிவமாய் அமர்ந்திருந்தாரே. Yes, Tamil, right, all of you. God in everything. When you are established in a state where you see the Atma in everything, the same in everything, then where is disgust? Where is hate? Where is competition? Where is fear? Where is desire? Nothing. I am He. That's all. But can we do that? We won't. If some leper comes near us, we won't even go near him. By mistake, if we give some money also, it will be through a stick. We will, isn't it? Isn't it? We won't. If there is a wound in your hand, I will not touch. There may be a bigger wound in my hand. I don't mind touching. I won't touch you. Why? Because here the I-you difference is there. I have an ego. I am Bala. You are somebody else. In Amma, that ego is not there. I-you difference is not there. The ego has been dissolved into the ocean of love. So that is it. That is called realization. So she is a self-realized Mahatma who has started this. Therefore, your university, not only, I told you the 47 lakh people free, not only is doing all this, but is doing this because behind it is the power of realization, is divine grace. Therefore, looking at all the good things that Amrita is doing, you should be very proud of belonging to the Amrita institution. But looking at this aspect of the Amrita institution, you should feel very grateful and blessed that you are an Amrita person. Okay? So, your applause is not at all enough. Thank you. Namaskar. Namaskar. We'll see more tomorrow. If you have questions, I am around. Ask me. Namaskar. Thank you all. Thank you for the opportunity. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring and insightful session on the vast and noble vision of Amrita. It was truly inspiring to learn more about the Institute's profound contributions and to feel a deeper connection with the Amma's divine presence and teachings. Being at Amrita is not just a privilege, it's a divine blessing. The atmosphere of compassion, knowledge, and spiritual strength deeply resonates with each of us, reminding us of the higher purpose. We are here to serve under Amma's guidance. Once again, thank you so much, sir.
Namaskar teachers, time for discussion. We'll be sitting group wise now. You know, two groups will